Hey everyone, hello, it's Katie here. Just dropping this update in my channel because some of you will have seen I have changed my channel and I'm actually returning, but I'm returning in a new identity. So for those of you that have followed me or been part of my Kundalini Yoga community, thank you so much for being a part of that and for supporting me on that journey. I am still a Kundalini Yoga teacher and I do still practice Kundalini Yoga, and I may still be sharing some of that on this channel, but I'm also going to be sharing so much more. And a big part of what I want to share with you is really my own personal journey, my own journey of who I am and my journey of the self, my spiritual path, and how that has evolved so much in the last 10 years. From when I first started teaching Kundalini Yoga, and where that's really evolved too. For those of you that don't know me, or maybe you've only ever seen me teach Kundalini, my background is I actually have been very much from a corporate background for the last 20 plus years, from like 23 to 24 up to what I am now, 54. I've very much been in the corporate world, coaching and training in the corporate world, mindset, strategic coaching, breathwork coaching, and other modalities. And really, I was very lucky that had very successful business with my business partner. And previous to that, I worked in London. And yeah, that success was wonderful. And at the same time, I, as an individual, was actually operating in a way that wasn't as successful for me. And that's because I was very much working from what I call the masculine energy, striving to hit targets all the time. I worked very long hours, totally burnt myself out, constantly driving towards outcomes, goals, expectations, all of these mine, of course, a lot of them mostly financial. And I got to the point where I realized that I didn't want to keep creating that anymore. And actually, most importantly, I couldn't work like that anymore. It was breaking me. It was making me so unhappy. And it was affecting me in more ways than I actually realized or was aware of. It's that pressure of performance, the need for constantly meeting my perception of success. And so my old way was of pressure, performance, the identity of success that I really attached myself to just was no longer working. And my body absolutely told me that first. Zero energy, lethargic, aches, pains, headaches, which I initially all put down to the menopause because I thought, well, I'm in my late 40s. It must be my age. And now I know the truth was it had nothing to do with that at all. It was actually the way that I was living. It was how I was operating as a human being, my day-to-day approach to life and to work. And included in that was even my approach to my yoga, actually, my Kundalini practices, and how I would very much still have those same patterns and same expectations on myself around that. What really shifted for me was about 2 years ago, well, maybe 4 years ago. And I did my first vision quest, and that was 4 days, 4 nights in the wilderness on my own, no food, no phone, just me, myself, and I, and nature. And that completely transformed the direction of my life, the business, and that put me on a very, very different path. And even though I still continued with my yoga practice, it took me on a different journey with plant medicine, breathwork, nature-based practices, shamanic healing, and other things. And it meant that my life stopped being like something that I had to master all the time. And actually, I realized that I was on a healing program or healing path, but there isn't actually a destination to that. And I realized that there's no final arrival point. The soul is constantly evolving. And that spirituality isn't escaping something. It is actually life itself. Life itself becomes the path. And so spirituality is about us as a human being living in the spiritual. So not becoming the body and not becoming the mind, but actually becoming the higher self. And real joy exists in the unfolding of that, not an end result of it. And I now know that, you know, we very much grow and we process through shared stories and reflections. And so for me, I realized that I don't think that we're here to finally arrive to somewhere, you know, some sort of perfection, but actually we're here to experience life fully and consciously and continue becoming. That is the path. And so a reason for letting you know all of this is that I'm changing this space. I'm going to change this channel because I would really love to be here living that journal for others, having real conversations with you, truthful conversations about the becoming, and how that's been for me, and hoping that that resonates with others and helps others. So I'm not here to build a brand. I want to make that completely clear. I'm not here to sell anything to anybody. I'm here to have an honest relationship with those that want to share that. So I want the space to be real conversations, a place of document for my journey, speak things out loud, because I know that hearing each other's stories has so many benefits for all of us. It helps us to see our own wounds and patterns. After all, we're all mirrors for each other. And once we can see those, we can transform them. Also, so that people don't necessarily, well, people know that they're not alone on their own journey, because I know that what I will share will probably resonate with some of you. And that actually, you know, we all go on a similar journey, albeit very unique to each of us, but there are certain things that we go through identity shifts in our life. And that is really what the evolvement is. It is peeling back the layers of that ego, that personality, the one that got programmed, and actually finding out the gold and the genius that lives underneath all of that. So I believe that we heal and we remember through witnessing each other and witnessing each other honestly. So that is what I love to share on this channel. So what can you expect? Reflections on life, spirituality in grounded reality, and yeah, I will still possibly share breath work and yoga and practices that will support people. Also how you know, identity shifts, how does that work, shadow work, nature work, awakening, relationship truths, how we can all become more fully human. And some of that might be through conversations and stories and moments that I share that I don't even know exactly how I'm going to share. The main thing I do know is that I'm not interested in pretending that I've figured this all out. I'm interested in participating with those that resonate with this in a more truthful way. So if that resonates with you, and you want to stay on this channel, in this community, then I warmly welcome you and say thank you so much. And I can't wait to share more with you. So that's it for now. Thanks for being here.